And good morning from Discover Real Estate. This is Natalie with a cancer update. A lot has happened in the last month and a half since I gave you my last update. I'm down 16 pounds, so I'm super happy about that. My skin looks amazing. Everybody says I look younger every day, so I'm very, very happy for that. I've always had like pimples on my arms from the time I was around 8 or 10, and they are clearing up, which is incredible. Doctors never could tell me why I had those. However, I think I figured out why I've always had that. I either have an allergy or a sensitivity to dairy or to wheat products. So Ricardo and I took 4 days and went up north to cowboy country, coffee country in Esteli, and had a great 4-day little break because the natural healer I'm working with, our energy healer I'm working with, she told me, she was like, Nat, you're exhausted. You need to take a little time off. And so we went and took a little vacation and got refreshed and, did some touring around Nicaragua, which I always love seeing Nicaragua. And while I was on vacation, I did cheat on my diet a little bit. I had 1 cup of coffee each morning with milk, no sugar, but I did have milk. And also I had a little bit of cheese and I had 4 pieces of pizza. When we got home from that, I noticed that my skin was getting rough again. It was, the bumps were coming back on my arms and on the outside of my thighs. So I think it was either the coffee, the dairy, or the wheat products. So I'm really trying to clean up my diet and even more, and no more wheat products, which I haven't been drinking coffee and I haven't been eating, consuming any dairy. I love the vegan cheese actually more than I think I like regular dairy now. So I'm cleaning up my diet a little bit more. I got another ultrasound on Friday of last week. But 36 hours before the ultrasound, I was at a very swanky party in Managua where you walk in the front door, the host and hostess greet you, and a waiter hands you a glass of champagne. And then numerous waiters were running around all night, refilling your glass. Every time it was like half empty, they were refilling it. I decided I'm gonna live life for a night, and I took a night off and wasn't like super strict on my diet. They had oysters on the half shell, so that was the first meat that I've really had since the end of November. They had king crab claws, just the claw part. They also had some vegan things. They had veggie burritos, little veggie burritos, and a great sauce and stuff. So I didn't eat a lot of meat, but I did eat some. And they had an amazing dessert table, and I did eat a little bit of dessert. So I had some sugar, which is super bad. And the champagne has a lot of sugar in it, which is also super bad for me. So having my ultrasound just 36 hours after that, the results came back a little bit. It was a little bit bigger. Not much, just tiny little bit bigger. So I'm not gonna worry about it because it also looked more gray. On my first ultrasound, the cancer lump was very, very black. And with each ultrasound, it seems to be getting less black and more of just a darker gray. So this ultrasound, it was less gray. I consulted with a naturopath in the past, and I messaged him, and he said it could be that the cancer is just starting to break up and turn back into fatty tissue, which is what you normally have in your breast. So I'm not worried about it. I'm actually proud of myself. I did not freak out when I got the results and they were a little bit larger. But I could feel it, and to me, it didn't feel the same. I thought for sure it was a little bit larger. So, but because it was larger, instead of waiting another month to get another ultrasound, I will get one in 2 weeks, just to keep an extra close eye on it. Also, I've been listening to Joyce Myers a lot. I posted one of her sermons on Facebook this morning, and she has really renewed my faith in God, and so I'm really turning this over to God and letting Him help me deal with this, because with it being a little bit larger, it's like you start to question, am I doing the right thing? Should I get the surgery? Whatever. And I really feel like it was the devil who did this to put that thought into my mind. I don't want surgery. I don't want chemo. I don't want radiation. that destroys your health. And sorry, I had low power mode came on in my phone. So all of that stuff just destroys your health. And that, I don't feel like that's the right way to go. And yeah, I'll get rid of cancer, but if I don't change my diet and change the reasons that caused it, my stress, my past emotional trauma, etc., if I don't deal with all the emotional stuff in here that caused the cancer to start with, I'm just going to get it back in another year or two. And that's not what I want. I'm reading a new book, Dr. Robert Young, The pH Miracle Cancer Cure. And in that book, I'm learning a lot. Like I've been on an alkaline diet, but he's like super alkaline. So I was doing a few things wrong, and I need to add in a few things that I wasn't doing. So I've got renewed faith and hope that, you know, I'm finally reading the right book. And he also addresses everything. It's not just about the food you're eating. It's about your stress. It's the mind, body, spirit. Everything is all addressed by one person. And that's refreshing, because like some of the things I've read, it's like, oh, you just have to think positive, and that's all you need to do. And then other people are like, no, it's your diet. It's all about your diet. Your thoughts don't matter. And you know, and then other people are like, oh, it's past trauma in your life, or your stress level, or whatever. And so this book, he addresses everything. One of his big things is exercise, which I've always done, but he likes to use what's called a rebounder, or the mini trampolines, which are actually fun to bounce on. So I bought one of those. I've been bouncing on it. Usually I try to do it twice a day. Sometimes I only do it once a day, because it's been super busy here selling real estate, which I'm proud and I'm happy for that. Thank you, Jesus, for all the clients I have and all the sales I've made. But so I'm like working and trying to do all the right things and stay healthy and do everything right. I feel that the cancer, I feel amazing. I don't feel sick. I have no pain. I have energy. And so I don't feel like the cancer has grown. I think it really is just breaking up and starting to separate and turning back into fatty tissue. So, or being replaced with fatty tissue. I don't know if it can turn into that or not. But also the alkaline diet, it takes a while for your body to totally change over and get regrouped and refocused. And so I know it's not like a quick overnight cure. That's not going to happen. The cancer didn't grow overnight. It's not going to go away overnight. So I'm being patient. I feel amazing. I don't look sick. Like look at my face. It looks fantastic. So, I'm down 16 pounds. I'm like just happy. So I kind of feel like maybe I got cancer for a reason at times. So, it's my little kick in the butt, my little wake-up call to fix my diet, fix my life, so that way I can live to be 100, as I've always said. I want to live to be 100 and still pinching Ricardo on the butt. So, if he's still alive. But I feel amazing. I'll go get another ultrasound in 2 weeks and let you know how it is. And just pray for me. I want everybody to pray for me. I pray every day. I'm like trying to get my life in order and get everything right. And Ricardo and I are actually going to get married too. So we're working on all the details of that. We've been waiting to get married, but with the pandemic, the political crisis first, and then the pandemic, it was just couldn't coordinate it, because people want to come to the wedding. But finally, we're just like, you know what? We can't keep waiting. We want to get married. It's time to get married. We've been together 6 years. This week is 6 years together with him. And so once I have all those details figured out, I'll let everybody know also. But still, I feel great. I love my life. Come join me.